So welcome everybody to our Facebook Live. I appreciate everybody being here on this awesome Friday. I want to talk about a few things I think that are really important as I've been reading through the Facebook group and some of the comments and the input and the feedback, and see if I can share some of these updates with you. The first thing that I want to mention is that some of you are going to get notifications from Amazon about having to renew your something with Logic something. Anyway, you can ignore that. It really applied to those of you that were part of our community a little more than a year ago, where there was this major upheaval with Amazon having issues, and we had to work through the technology to kind of make it work. And some of you will remember that. And in that moment, we had to make some changes. It's already been fixed, sorted. It was done a long time ago. So if you do get an email like that, again, it won't be for any of our newer students, but if you do get that, you can just simply ignore it. It isn't relevant. I also want to just comment on those of you that are struggling, having challenges with and experiencing some of what's going on with Amazon, with having to re-engage your account, going through that approval process and giving Amazon what they need. It is extraordinarily frustrating, and I don't want to minimize if you've gone through it, been through it, or are going to go through it, what that does or means for you in your business. Well, what I want to make you aware of is that it's not new, and it is commonplace. It's been happening on Amazon since Amazon started. I started dealing with what you're dealing with now all the way back in 2014. And I've dealt with every situation, every scenario. I've had all different things happen with my account in terms of activation and deactivation and reactivation and all of those sorts of things. So I don't want to minimize the challenge and the frustration that some of you feel while you're going through this. The only advice I can give you is that if you are real, which you are, and you're providing Amazon with the documentation that they're asking for, that there's never a reason for them to just blatantly shut you down permanently. That's not Amazon's goal. Amazon's objective is to keep the marketplace free of bad seeds, if you will. And there's a lot of them out there. And they need to protect their buyers and their buyer marketplace. So they're going to do whatever they need to do. And if it happens to you, it just happens. It's part of being in this business. And I want to let everybody know that if it hasn't happened, it might. And if it's happened, it doesn't mean it won't happen again. You just know how to better plan for it and prepare for it. And I want to also just clarify something that I want you to hear from my perspective, and you can take my advice or not. I'm okay with whatever decision that you make. But what I want you to really understand is that you should never rely on anything that Amazon says is how you should do something. Now, I know that's probably opposite of just intuition. Amazon says do this, or Amazon says do that. I can tell you from personal experience that the majority of the people who work at Amazon that you get on the phone have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. It is one of the banes of my existence. It is beyond frustrating. And whenever I call and talk to, I put in, you don't call Amazon, you put in your request for a phone call and they call you back. I have conversations with the people that call me back that it's about the only time my blood pressure ever actually goes up. It's so mind-bogglingly frustrating. And the reason I'm telling you this is because if you don't know what you don't know, and you want to rely on what Amazon tells you, then understand that when you do what they tell you and it doesn't work, you're responsible for those actions. And it just is what it is. Sometimes people feel like I just say this because I don't want you talking to Amazon. I mean, I'm not really sure how people think about why they think about things the way they do. But I'll get on the phone and I'll give you just a recent example. First thing I want to let you know is that I had the best sleep of probably the last 10 years last night. I'm so excited. Our sleep aid came out yesterday. It's called M3A. I'm telling you, I took 3 pills. 30 minutes later, I was out. And I don't think I woke up at all. And then 9, 10, 11 hours, I mean, I don't know what happened. It was just awesome. Anyway, I'm excited about that. But here's what reminded me of this. So I launch a product and we have the labels and the titles. I write all my titles. I write all my descriptions. I work with the graphic designer, make sure everything is exactly the way it needs to be. And I take this product and I put it up on Amazon. And Amazon, the health team, removes my listing, telling me that I'm in violation. And so I look at the listing and I look at what they tell me, and they're telling me that just for one particular, I think I've mentioned this in the past, but I'll talk about this one specifically. And it was in relation to joint support and arthritis. And you can't make any claims about arthritis in your listings. And so they took the listing down and then they removed the listing from Amazon. And it's not a big deal. It just has to get fixed. But the problem is the fixing of it. So the first thing is that there is no mention of the word arthritis in my listing. There's no claims. There's nothing about anything that they're saying is there. So I talked to somebody on the health team and they told me that I need to remove one of the ingredients. I said, well, no, it can't be the ingredient because there's 2,000 listings on Amazon with that ingredient in it. It isn't the ingredient. And they said, well, maybe it's not the ingredient. Maybe it's the way you said this or the way you said that, or maybe it's something in the image. I said, well, it isn't any of those things. And so we came up with maybe some kind of conclusion. I'm not sure that they really understood what I was saying, but I decided that I would just change some of the verbiage so that it would be more congruent with what they were asking for. Not a big deal. So I made the change and the listing still wasn't reinstated. So I opened a ticket and then I opened another ticket and then I responded to the ticket. And by the way, when you have a support ticket at Amazon, you should never keep responding to the ticket saying, is there any update? Because it pushes you further down in terms of their response time. If they tell you 3 days and you 2 days in say, hey, I haven't heard anything yet, it starts the 3 days over. So anyway, nonetheless, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, nothing. And I get back on with the health team and they said, oh, you actually can't fix it. I'm sorry, excuse me? They said, no, you can't fix it. Your listing was removed. So even though you're fixing it in the admin, you need the catalog team to fix it. Okay, no problem. So I get on the phone with someone else at Amazon. I get transferred to the catalog team, and the catalog team can actually make the update to the listing on the back end, and then it works. So that listing went back activated again. Well, about 3 days later, that same listing was deactivated again. And it was deactivated not because of arthritis, but it was just some other thing that was ludicrous. There was nothing about it in the listing. And so I got back on with the health team, and they'd already approved everything, but now it's disapproved again. Anyway, make a long story short, here's what happens. I get back on with the catalog team to update the listing on the back end so that the health team can see that the changes were made. And the person says to me, we can't do that. I said, what do you mean you can't do that? You just did it 3 days ago. Oh, no. The person who's told you that made a mistake. It doesn't work. Only the brand can do it. I said, well, I'm the brand. And the solution after 15 minutes was simply for me to hang up and call back and talk to somebody else. And I literally did this. I'm not just like because I don't have anything better to talk with you about today. I'm telling you what happened. 2 hours later, I'd called 14 or 15 times. And the last time I got someone on the phone, they fixed it. The only reason I got that person was because I kept calling back, because I knew what they could do, not because what they told me that they needed me to do. And this is the piece that I really want you to understand. This is way more complex than just calling Amazon and getting an answer. If it was, there'd be no need for our amazing support team. Now, if you don't have one-on-one support where you get the benefit of working with someone like Preston or Carl or any one of our coaches to help you resolve the issue, then you need to schedule a time to do that. I can't help you with that. That's how you choose to do your business. But I'm just letting everybody know that if you go through this, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Amazon's not looking to terminate you. They're looking to validate and verify you. But when I read the post in the Facebook group, oh, I spoke to the person on the phone and they were so nice. Yeah, they're always nice. I mean, folks, you could call them all kinds of names, curse at them, do this, do that, and they're always going to be nice to you. And so it isn't about them being nice. It's about you getting the right answers and the right information. So I just wanted to bring that up with you and share that perspective with you. I also want to just congratulate all of our amazing success stories. Mark and Susan Lee's a little bit disappointing, not over 300,000 yet, but up to 280,000 now. It's very exciting. I would have thought over 300 by now, but still so close. And I'm so excited for you. But, you should have been at 300 by now. We did a round table together. I mean, I guess if you didn't have the account issues for 2 weeks, you'd be over it. All right, so I'm going to accept it. I'm gonna accept it and let it go this time. Congratulations to Marcella Wethington, 200,000 in her first 11 months. The one thing about Marcella and about Susan and Mark that I can tell you, at least to the best of my ability, is that they're human. They're human. And everyone in our group, everyone in this Internet Mastery community, we're all human. And I just want to share with you something that I think is really important. Now, you've heard me say this, 100, 200, 300, 400 times. Maybe I got to say it 500 or 600 times. But folks, what we do is very special. What you do is very special, but it's not hard. This is not hard work. This is exciting. This is fun. I don't think that a business I could run from an overwater bungalow in Tahiti or on a cruise ship in Alaska is hard work. I had a good friend who's my electrician. He comes to the house and he's fixing the ceiling fans today. Okay, we had an issue with 2 ceiling fans. And he's up on the ladder and he's got his electric screwdriver and he's dealing with the wires. And he's like, if I pull the wrong wire and plug it in the wrong place, I'm electrocute myself. Listen to me, folks, that is hard work. This copy and paste that we do, I'm just saying, I love everybody and I understand. I think it's really more about the external or the internal, I should say, pressures we put on ourselves when we say things like, this is hard because I've been doing this for 4 days and 12 hours and it hasn't met my expectation yet. This is much harder than I thought it would be. Just as a quick reminder, no one ever said it was going to be easy. And certainly no one ever said it was going to be lightning fast. In fact, I talk about that as being just the opposite. This is a business. When you sign a lease to open a retail store in a business, you're a 3 to 5 year lease. You can't go in the store and go, I've had my retail business for 3 weeks. I haven't made any money yet. I quit. It doesn't work that way. That's not how business is. So if you just want to be like a little Amazon seller on the side, that's one thing. But to be a real business, this is going to take you a lot of time. It's going to take you a lot of effort. It's going to take you a lot of understanding and knowledge and education. It's just a long-term process. And Mark and Susan have heard me say that I believe that they are two of the most, besides being nice and sweet and motivated and incredible humans, two of the most technologically challenged people I ever met. And they went through it. They made it through. They struggled in the beginning figuring out what to sell. It didn't stop them. There was no quit in the game. And part of the reason for that is the level of investment that they put in. The more you invest in your business, the harder it is to walk away. The more you just dip your toe in the water, the easier it is to go, this isn't for me. The only person who can determine it's not for you, though, is for you. And if you just work your way through it and understand that, look, there's nothing in life any of us could be good at in 3 weeks. Nothing. There's very little in life we could be good at in 3 months, if anything. So if we understand that we treat this like, here, let me give you a good example. I was talking to somebody the other day who is struggling financially, okay? Really, really, really struggling financially. And they were, just so you know, they're 51 years old. They have a full-time job, and they're struggling financially. Married, 2 kids, really challenged. And they've been working with us for about, 2 months or so, and have sold just 2 or 3 things. And they're frustrated that they haven't gotten to the place that they got to, And I said to him, let me just ask you a question. How long you've been struggling? Like, how many years did it take you? And this is the exact phrase I used. I don't mean it to be demeaning or mean, or I wasn't putting them down. It's just the way I talk. I said, how long did it take you to get this broke? I'm just curious. He said, years. I said, if it took years to get you this broke, why do you expect to be unbroke in weeks? It just doesn't work that way. If somebody is not in the best physical shape, because I think everybody's in shape, even if your shape is round. Everybody, if you're not in the best physical shape, how many years of your life did it take you to get that way? Why do we think that if we join a gym and we eat healthy for a month, that we're going to be able to go run a marathon? Like, this is just how life is, right? So wherever you are and you're starting something new, this is the right time and the right place and the right opportunity. And you just need to keep reminding yourself of that process. Now, I want to specifically talk with you about the category ungating and the brand restrictions and some of the challenges that you all are having. If you remember, Amazon literally just made these changes recently. And Amazon said that for particularly new people, that you need to build up your seller performance. You need to work on your IPI score. You need to do things that they want you to do. And I share all of this with you in that regard because a lot of you are new. And you think about it like this, okay? Again, related to just kind of the real world, if you will. When you turn 18 and you decide you want to get a credit card, there is no company that's going to give you a $50,000 credit limit. You need to get the credit card, $300 to $500 limit, pay your bills, show you can do it the right way, build up and establish your credit, and then your credit will go up, your score will go up, and the amount of money that you will be lent will go up. You become more credit worthy. Well, Amazon is now saying the same thing. When somebody is brand new to selling on Amazon, you have no history, no performance history. So Amazon wants to restrict what you can and can't sell. Now, this is also doubly compounded because brands want Amazon to restrict who can sell their items on Amazon. They just want to be more restrictive that way. So let me just review with you very quickly the flow of what can happen. When you are doing your product sourcing, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, the BOLO deals. If you have them, they are amazing. You have to watch all 17 product sourcing videos, Bolo search videos. If you don't have the Bolo deals, you should still watch those videos because they're still all about product sourcing. So number one is you got to educate yourself and watch those videos. Number two, if you don't like the Bolo deals, don't use them. We are the only community in the world that has the Bolo deals. That means everyone else who sells on Amazon doesn't have them. So when you understand in my brain how I think, you can either make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. The Bolo deals are effective if you know how to use them. If you don't know how to use them, stop blaming them. At the bottom of the Bolo deal page, it says that these are for educational purposes only. There's no claim or guarantee that you're going to be able to sell them anyway. So if you like them, use them. If you don't like them, don't use them. Another thing that I want to mention about product sourcing is that if you are finding that everything is restricted, you're probably looking in the wrong place. Understand that there are millions and millions and millions of retail arbitrage opportunities. Millions. We have all of the major retailers from Best Buy, Costco, Macy's, Toys R Us, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club. I mean, all major retailers are opportunities for you to find things. Sometimes people look in the wrong places. Now, I'll give you an example. The other day, I was on Toys R Us. The first 18, 19, 20 items I looked at, none of them were deals, none that I would buy. So then I went over to Walmart, and the first 3 video games I looked at were all phenomenal deals. Like, if you're finding that the deals are all bad, you're spending hours and hours and hours, you're probably looking in the wrong place. If you understand what's happening, you realize that opportunities are everywhere. And also remember that opportunities don't go away. They just go to someone else. So when you are applying for an item and it seems like everything is restricted, by the way, it is, especially for new people, everything is restricted. There's only 3 options that you're going to get when you apply to sell an item. Only 3. There can't be 2. There can't be 6. There can only be 3 options. Let me show you what they are. Check this out. So when you apply to sell an item, remember that you always need to list it before you buy it, okay? You always need to list it before you buy it. This is very, very important. I'm just making sure that y'all can see my whiteboard. I'm pretty sure you can see my whiteboard, but there we go. Great. So listen, you need to list it before you buy it. The only way you know whether or not you can ever sell it is if you list it first. Now, when you list it, there are 2 different paths. The first path is on the gated items. On the gated items. The second path is on the ungated items. Well, if you're listing items in a category you can't sell in, maybe it's shoes or clothing or whatever the category is you're trying to sell in, you're always going to get a hard no 100% of the time. However, if you're listing in the categories you can sell in, like electronics and toys and grocery and some of these other categories that are open, well, then you only have 3 options. That's it. Only 3 options. Number 1, you're going to get a hard no if the item is brand restricted. We'll come back to that in just a minute. You're going to get a yes if you have to watch a video and then answer the questions. And then you're going to get a yes if you're automatically approved based on your performance. The only 3 things you can get is brand restricted, video, or instant approval. Those are your only options. You cannot get any other options when you're applying to sell in a category that you can sell in. Amazon sets the category and the brand sets the restriction. So if you understand that and you focus on the categories you can sell in, for example, video games. People always say to me, well, why do you keep talking about video games? Because a lot of new people can get approved to sell video games right away. Now, let's talk about these three, just so you know. The first one is the brand restrictions. The second one is the video. The third one is the automatic approval. The more your seller performance increases, the more items you will be able to get approved for. Now, when Amazon gives you the dreaded brand, what they're asking for is an invoice. Amazon is asking for an invoice. Why are they doing this? Because the brand requires you to be an authorized reseller of their items. This is not a bad thing. This keeps everyone out. Folks, you have to understand something. Change your point of view. Change your reference point, okay? The harder it is to get in, the better it is for you. I know that's not what you want. I know that's not how you're thinking, but that's how it should work. I'll say it again. The harder it is to get in, the better it is for you. Why? Because as soon as you get in, it's really hard for everyone else to get in, and it becomes less competitive. Now, that doesn't make it any more fun trying to get in, but that's the process. So what is Amazon asking for? Well, Amazon is asking for invoices. Why is it harder and harder? Number one, the brands want to restrict who sells their items. And number two, Amazon wants business people who are buying wholesale, and the invoices that they approve are invoices associated with wholesale purchases. So if you're struggling and you're struggling and you're struggling on the retail arbitrage side because you're always being asked for invoices, there's a few workarounds. Number one, start looking at other products. Or number two, start buying wholesale. Now, the wholesale side is going to require you to have a little bit more understanding of the business and a little bit more money. Now, I'm not here to tell you where to find wholesalers today. That's not my role here today. You can do your own research, and if you want to find wholesalers, then that's the path you want to take. Keep in mind, no one in this Facebook group is going to tell you who their wholesalers are. It's a lot of work to get a wholesaler. It's a lot of work to build a relationship. And so the person that does that is not going to just voluntarily say, oh, by the way, everyone, here's my wholesaler. You should buy from them too. Of course they wouldn't do that. And by the way, neither would you. If you want the best way to get wholesalers, then you get your ticket to InternetMastery.live in Las Vegas. The event is coming up August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Come hang out with us for 3 days. Meet all of our community. Remember, no matter where you are, brand new, a week in, a month in, a year in, there will be someone at this event that's been in longer than you have. And everybody starts at zero. Come spend 3 days with us and then stay for the ASD trade show so you can start buying wholesale. And then somebody will invariably say to me, well, I can't afford to buy the plane ticket. I can't afford to go to Las Vegas. I'm sorry to hear that. That's not a good thing. But it also means you can't afford to be in wholesale anyway, so it's okay. Stay home. That's fine. It's not a problem. Next year you can go when you're ready. If you don't have the money to go to the event, you don't got the money for the wholesale inventory anyway, because no wholesaler is going to start selling to you at $100 or $200. They're just not interested. And so recognize that there are levels to this game. And the reason that I started out the conversation by telling you about a recent experience I had with Amazon is because I've been selling on Amazon and have sold more personally than everyone in our community has. And I share that with you because at this point, now I know how to deal with it, but the issues are still there. They're just different issues. There will always be these kinds of things. There are no businesses that don't have issues. All real businesses have issues. The ones that are worth being in are the ones that are the issues that are worth dealing with. Now, when you are building this process up, I just want to share one more thing with you when it comes to this process, okay? Amazon, when we're looking at the IPI score, okay, and IPI score stands for Inventory Performance Index. It ranges anywhere from 200 up to 1,000. If you go to your Amazon seller dashboard, you can see what your IPI score is. My IPI score is 896. Take a look at what your IPI score is and where are you at. And I think what you're going to find is that most people's IPI scores are somewhere between 300 and 500. You might be a little bit higher, closer to 600, but you're going to be relatively low, especially when you are new. The higher your IPI score, the more you will be ungated and the more you will be able to sell. You need to increase your IPI score. So what's another change that was just made on Amazon? Well, if you want your IPI score to go up, you need to send enough inventory in to sell between 15 and 45 days. If you're selling your inventory below 15 days, so you sell it between 1 and 14 and it sells out, it lowers your IPI score. Amazon doesn't want you to sell out. So if your inventory sells between 15 and 45 days, that raises your IPI score. Of course, if it's 46 to 180, it's going to lower your IPI score and you're going to have to pay an increase in storage fees. And the same thing at 181 to 360, and after that, you're probably going to want to remove it and pay to remove it as well. So this magic number right here, 15 to 45 days, just happens to be consistent with the number that Spy Rivals gives you in the recommendation of what it is that you should buy. Remember, all Amazon wants is they want serious sellers who know what they're doing. And you have access to tools in Spy Rivals and Spy Rivals X that no one else has. You have access to the Internet Master Repricer that nobody else has. That tool right there, I mean, again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. Y'all can do whatever you want. It's your business. It doesn't affect me emotionally either way. But if you're selling on Amazon and you're not using the Repricer, you're costing yourself money every single day. When people say to me, well, I only have 2 or 3 items, I can manually reprice them myself. No, you can't. The pricing changes in some cases every minute. It is impossible to maximize your efficiency and do it yourself. And at $69 a month, we're talking about $2 and, I don't know, something a day. That's not a big expense, although it is a tax deduction. The other thing that I want to just remind you of is the benefit of the Internet Mastery Prep Center or Prep from Home. Folks, look, I just sent in 480 bottles of a product called Potassium Magnesium Zinc, PMZ, okay? 400 bottles. We sell about 800 bottles a month of this one product. So 400 bottles is 2 weeks worth. It's not a lot of inventory for this specific product. I went on Amazon just for fun to create a plan. Now, it's 120 bottles in a box, and it's 4 boxes. So there's no split. I need 4 shipping labels for 4 boxes. Everybody understand? Here, let me show you. Let me do this for you so you understand. Okay? So I have 480 units. 480 units. And those 480 units are 120 per box. 120 per box. So no matter what I do, I have to create 4 shipping labels. 4 shipping labels. I can't put all of it in one box. 4 shipping labels. Okay? Each box weighs 29 pounds. the maximum for an Amazon box is 50 pounds. So I just put 120 in a box, easy. It's just simple and straightforward and ready to go. Now, in the past, Amazon would charge me, I would pay anywhere between, let's say, $7 and $9 for each box. $7 and $9. So if I was going to send in 4 boxes, it would be roughly $30-ish, okay? Roughly, maybe 31, 32, depending on the location. So in the past, I would pay $32 to send in 480 units. That's 4 shipping labels on 4 boxes. Now, what Amazon does, if I just go to Seller Central, I still have 4 boxes, but the $7 to $9 has gone up to $14 to $18 per box. And because they're already 4 in a box, they're charging me 32 cents per unit for inbound placement fees. So my inbound shipping to Amazon goes up $5 a box, so that's $20, plus it goes up 480 units times 30 cents is $24 to $144. So 140 plus 20, my shipping fees have increased by $160 over 480 units. Now, if I just increase my fees 50 cents, it's no problem. But here's the thing, and this is the piece that I really want you to understand. What I just showed you impacts everyone who sells on Amazon, everyone. So what I do when I'm creating this shipping plan, I did it yesterday, 4 boxes. The inbound, when I go through Prep from Home, and by the way, Prep Center is exactly the same technology now. So if you're using the Prep Center, you're going to get this discount. If you are doing it on your own and you're using Prep from Home, and by the way, you could put 17 items in a box. It doesn't have to be 1 item per box. You could put the candles and the phone cases and the supplements and the shampoo all in the same box when you do the plan the right way. Anyway, so I just sent it in and it cost me $30.50 for 4 boxes with no inbound shipping or placement, no inbound placement fees. None. And when you look in your Prep Center 2.0 and you're looking at that column of the fees, that's not inbound placement fees. That's inbound shipping fees. We've eliminated the placement fees to a large degree. Doesn't mean it's going to be 100% perfect. But the difference between $150 in inbound shipping and $30 in inbound shipping is $120 in my pocket. And so for anyone that is doing any sort of FBA, if you're not using, and again, let me just tell you, my role has never changed in this company. I'm here for one purpose. I only serve one purpose, folks. That's to make suggestions. That's it. I'm never tell you have to do it this way or you must do it that way. It's your business. You do it however you want. My role is to make suggestions. Your role is to make decisions on how you run your business. And so when people say to me, well, I don't want to pay $100 a month for Prep from Home, I would rather just, pay Amazon directly for the extra shipping. I got no issue with that. That's your business. Whatever you choose to do. But the inbound placement fees have caused so much chaos amongst Amazon sellers. So when you really understand what's going on, it's the education of realizing what's happening with the ungating and the product sourcing. It's the technology with Spy Rivals and maximizing our IPI score. It's the savings with our inbound shipping and placement fees. You are in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. There's no doubt about it. And if it's slower than you want and you're not making as much as you want and you're not going as fast as you want, congratulations, because that is what entrepreneurs will always feel about themselves. You can sell $1 million and say, oh man, I wish I was at 2 million. And of course, the person at 5,000 has no sympathy for you. But this is what entrepreneurs do. They always want more. They always want better. But you're all in the right place at the right time. So that's what I wanted to cover with you today. We got a lot of stuff out of the way. Now what I want to do is I want to answer some questions. And I got some pretty cool news, in this whole technology with Facebook stopping live stream in groups, that has impacted millions of people. We figured it out, and not only did we figure it out, but now I can see all your comments and questions on my side without having to ask who you are. That's a first. In fact, I'm going to try something here really, really cool. So watch this. You ready for this? Boom. Question on my screen. Come on, pop up. Is this going to pop up here? There, look at that. I can now post the questions on my... Here's a question. I already got an Amazon offer to have a 15-minute session with an agent to help me with my business. How do I reply? You reply very simply. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm good. If that's the path you want to take, I would say thank you, but no thank you. Amazon isn't going to teach you how to make more money selling on Amazon. Amazon is going to teach you how to give Amazon more Amazon fees. Just the way it is. Let's continue. Check it out. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Natalia, look at this. Woo-hoo, this is so cool. Check it out. I can't wait for the day to come to create my own brand. When you're ready, join the round table and we'll do it. That's what we do. And think about it this way. The long term, for anyone and everyone who wants to run look, I got a selfish goal, okay? I have a truly selfish goal. You're going to hear me talk about this for the next 12 months, okay? The next 12 months. All of us, 100% of us that are in this community, and the people we know, the friends and the family that we know that are not in this community. Folks, it's one thing to have a lot of money. But if you're not healthy, none of it matters. Y'all know Steve Jobs was the richest man in the world, founder of Apple, died at 58. We need to be healthy. And so I don't have any issue talking about the supplements that I'm creating and the Board Nutrition brand. I think if you're going to create a brand, Natalia, you have to be passionate about your brand and want everyone to understand it and to be part of it and to be excited about it. And so what I really want to do is figure out a way to, and I haven't figured it out yet, but I want to figure out a way. We're building a whole brand new website for the brand, for the products, and I want to bring on a whole army of partners and affiliates who can promote it and then do the same thing with their brand and have everybody cross-promoting to build it out. But here's my goal. My goal is really simple. I'll tell you all my goal. My goal is to sell the brand that I'm building for $100 million. Don't worry. I'll keep doing these Friday Lives no matter what. But the point is, when you build a brand, you can exit that brand and sell it for 8 to 10 times the annual sales. And this brand will get to 10 million a year, probably in 2 years. So excellent. Very good. Good question. All right. Let's see. Christopher Price says that there appears to be something to celebrate from Mark and Susan. How about celebrating Christopher Price, who just passed $80,000 in sales? Yeah, Let's celebrate you, Christopher Price. Let's celebrate your awesome success. All right, let's see if there's any questions. Let's see. Is 444 a good score? It is better than 333 or 222. Not quite as good as 666. You just keep working on it, Chris. Don't worry. It will go up over time. All right, let's see. Hey, Toby, listen, I got an issue with you, Toby. Toby is a new student of ours. I know, Toby, aren't you coming? Can you give me a yes or a no? Aren't you coming to Boca in a few weeks? You're coming, right? I'm pretty sure you're coming. I know you're going to Vegas, but Toby just posted like this really cool message on Facebook about discount stacking after Preston did an awesome Facebook Live about it. And the problem, not coming to Boca, but coming to Vegas, the problem is that Toby's really good looking. So I'm just saying, Toby, like maybe just don't shave a little bit, put a hat on. Like I'm just saying it could be intimidating to some of the other, men coming to Vegas that in the internet mastery community. That's all. Just wanted to say, if you haven't seen Toby's picture in the Facebook group, I'm just throwing that out there. That's all. All right, let's see. Sarah, you cannot sell our products products I make. No, you won't be able to sell them. They're brand restricted on Amazon. However, what you will be able to do is we're going to get everybody a coupon code. There'll be no requirement, by the way. I'm not here to say, oh, now I need you to sell my product. What I'm saying is this brand is going to be everywhere. Everyone is going to know what this brand is. It's going to blow up in a positive way. We got some really, really big things planned, some big advertising plan, a lot of big stuff. So if you can get in early and be able to tell people, okay, look, here's the this, that, and the other thing, the Omega, the PMZ, the sleep aid, whatever it is, if you know anyone with ADD and they take the M2K for brain support, like it's just extraordinary. And you'll be able to get a percentage and they will get a discount and then you'll make money every time they reorder every month. So that's how you'll be able to offer it, Sarah, but not actually on Amazon as a product, which is, I think, the question that you said. Sarah followed up and said she wants to go to Puerto Rico, and Marcy said, is there any update on the Puerto Rico event? Too excited for a repeat of the amazing Cancun event. The only update is that we're going. Right now, Marcy, almost all my energy for event side is on Vegas. We'll have plenty of time. I mean, I think I'll see you in a few weeks in May so we could talk about Puerto Rico. Maybe you can give me some input on, kind of the way you want it to go. But first and foremost, you guys got to get a ticket to Vegas and then stay for the ASD trade show and book your hotel at the Palms through the link that's in the Facebook group to get the maximum discount on the room block. Excellent. All right. Yes, Natalia, ticket sales are available for the Puerto Rico IM Live event. In fact, about 20% have already sold out. If you search the group for Puerto Rico, you'll see the link where you can get a ticket. The date is October 24, 25, and 26. And it's just going to be a celebration, really. We just want to, here's what I know, okay? I've been doing this, like a long time. And what I know is the more we can interact with you in person, the more money you'll make. That's just the reality. That doesn't mean you can't make a lot of money doing it from home. It doesn't mean you ever have to come to an event. But if you come to the in-person events, you will make more money. For sure. Everybody does. There's just something about it that takes people to the next level. So let's see. Karen and Dawn, yes, you are signed up for Puerto Rico. I know that for sure because I saw your ticket come in. I always get excited when the people that come to all the events come back to more events. It's just awesome. Sarah, if you search the group, the Facebook group for Puerto Rico, the ticket link should come up. So there we go there. Listen, does anybody have any questions that I haven't answered? Any questions about, it's funny because on these Fridays, we don't get a lot of the newer people that really have the questions. I think they're afraid of me. I don't know what it is, but it's not bad. It's just, you should just come and ask your questions. We have a lot of people who post questions over and over and over and over again. And I don't think there's ever bad questions because if you don't know the answer, you should post the question. However, One of the things that I think we have too much of in the Facebook group is I think we have too many people that sometimes just like feel like it's a therapy session and want to just talk about, like I just did this today or I just did that today. Like, I think those are fantastic things, but I'm not sure that is going to help anyone in the group move forward. I want to get this group optimized to where it's just filled with so much content that you are getting all of the things that you need to take your business to the next level. So let's see if there's any other questions. There we go. In-person events are paramount, not because IM makes money. Duh, we do though. Not really. I wish we did. I wish that the in-person events were like these huge money-making. They're not. We don't lose money, but they're just not. But yes, Christopher, I agree with you completely. Let's see. Listing price does affect the repricer that you set. No, Mohammed, it doesn't. The only thing that affects the repricer is your buy price, your minimum price, and your maximum price. The most important thing, though, is that your minimum price cannot be lower than your buy price. If your minimum price is lower than your buy price, the repricer won't work. So if your minimum price is lower than your buy price, then you need to just change your buy price, right? Just lower it. It doesn't really matter anyway in the long run. But if you want your repricer to be moving, the buy price has to be lower. This is important for some people who just, let's say their buy price is 10, but they want to just get rid of all their inventory at 6. You got to lower your buy price to like 3, just inside the system itself. So I hope that makes sense. Mohammed, nice to see you, by the way. Thanks for being with me. I appreciate you. I miss you. I miss seeing you, actually. You're kind of fun to hang out with. So maybe we'll see you in Vegas. Sarah says, what do you do about items that the prep center rejects? Well, the prep center rejects items for multiple reasons, Sarah. And when the item is rejected, it tells you why. There's a column in there called rejected, a tab called rejected. Any item that's sitting at the prep center submission form for 30 days or more, rejected. If the item that arrives is a bundle and you didn't put in a bundle in a plan, it's rejected. If you send an item that was the wrong ASIN or the wrong color or the wrong size, it's rejected. It tells you why it's rejected. So if you take a look at the reasons, it'll give them to you. So let's see what the next question is. Amazon recommending restock quantity. It's a very interesting conversation. The verdict is out. The verdict is not out. Nobody really knows. It's a lot of theory, a lot of hypotheticals. So if I sell out and I can't restock, do I delete the item? Do I remove the item from my inventory? One of the things you should know about Amazon is they store everything. So I can't even tell you that if you delete the item permanently from your inventory, that's going to help you or not help you. The most important thing is we can't worry so much about what Amazon thinks about what we have or what we don't have in terms of quantities, because A, we can control it, and B, they're not giving us the behind the scenes anyway. Keep sending inventory in. Listen to me. As long as you get back more than what you put in, you need to put it in. I keep coming up with new supplements all the time, even though some of them are duds. I don't slow down and wait to recoup my money on the dud. I got to go out and create 3 more new ones. So if you run out of inventory and you can't resell it or restock it and you want to close it, delete it, fine. I would wait probably 60, 90 days before I did that, because it may come back in stock and then you don't have to relist it again. There's a lot. Nobody really knows. Anybody who's talking about it is talking about their opinion. If Amazon just announced it a week or 2 ago, went into effect, nobody knows what the ramifications are going to be yet. So it's all guesswork. I would focus on one thing, just one thing. Folks, listen to me now, okay? Again, take my advice, don't take my advice, but one thing moves you forward. That's it. Send inventory to Amazon. Stop worrying about being out of stock. Stop worrying about plans being rejected. Stop worrying about items that are gated and so it's frustrating because forget all that. Just stay single-mindedly focused of getting one box of stuff to Amazon every day. If you do that, your business will grow, your money will multiply, and you'll be off to the races. Okay? So, Marlene, next week I'll tell you what you need for Boca for the AI event. I promise that'll be next week. Okay? So I will keep you up to speed. All righty, everybody. Well, listen, hey, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. I'm glad we figured all this cool stuff out. And the technology and the Facebook group and the Friday Live. You guys are awesome. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye.